Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Please subscribe, guys. It really does help with that algorithm, and a thumbs up never hurts as well. I've got Tech Dev here on Twitter. The 2021 Bitcoin rally is repeating 2013 on the macro, and it couldn't be any clearer. Check out what's happening, guys, with Bitcoin. I'm going to get to the chart in a second. Here's what Tech Dev has noticed. So back from 2013, we are seeing these types of patterns, all right? We saw an April high, the July bounce, the October breakout, and this, he predicts, is what we are looking to expect in Q4 of 2021, maybe seeping into Q1 of 2022. The trends on the chart here are looking similar to 2021, and they're even looking similar in this indicator down here that he has listed. It looks to me like a moving average. It's not labeled, so I don't know for sure, but we are seeing the same thing in 2021, that April high, July bounce, October breakout, so we are in and around here. And back in 2013, this is what we saw. Going to the Bitcoin chart, we can see Bitcoin is really stretching to make some new highs. Of course, reaching up to the 0.1 all-time high is the ultimate goal. Just zooming in on this, I have it on the daily right now. We can see it formulating what is looking like an ascending triangle on the daily. I'm going to throw it on the 5-minute for a second just to show you guys what we are seeing on the 5-minute. So late last night at around 11 p.m. last night, we saw Bitcoin reach technically a new all-time high. So if you guys look up here, H, and when I put my cursor over that candlestick, you can see it reached $62,991. So just shy again of $63,000. And that is rivaling what we saw back on October 15th, right over here. So if I just scroll right over there, you can see the high listed at $62,944. So about $50 higher. Yeah, just 50 higher than what we saw on the 15th. It's coming down right now, so Bitcoin trading right now at about 62,100. However, we are reaching up there, guys, slowly but surely. Check out that low volume down there. Buyers and sellers feeling very comfortable trading Bitcoin at the current price. We haven't seen or heard any news that the price is going to skyrocket, nor is it going to plummet, so we just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, XRP and the other cryptocurrencies in the altcoin space just in the same holding pattern as of now. We haven't really seen too much movement for XRP or other cryptocurrencies, but XRP also poised for that rally once we do see that money transfer. Ultimately, what it's going to be is it's going to be a transfer of value from Bitcoin to the altcoin market. That's when we're going to see the Bitcoin dominance plummet. So here's the Bitcoin dominance chart. I've got it here on the daily. I'm going to take that off auto for a second. So we have seen this support level bounce, and now we are slowly climbing to this level up here of about 50%, give or take. This is going to be Bitcoin's final leg up. What I'm predicting is we get somewhere close to around here before we start to see that plummet. That's when money flows out of Bitcoin into altcoins, and that's when we'll finally see our altcoin rally, when that value shifts from the big kahuna to the rest of the market. And so will we go as low as where we went back in 2018 for Bitcoin when dominance hit a level of about 35%? Or could we go even lower? I mean, my guess is as good as yours. I guess ultimately the real issue is how much money is going to be flowing into altcoins. How high are these altcoin prices going to pump? This is why we have targets, guys. This is why we have a plan. And just in case of a prolonged bull run, this is a reason why we have to be prepared. This is my cash out plan Excel spreadsheet. You guys can put your targets here. These are all manually changeable. You can put your quantity. You can change these up. You can change these coins up. And what this does is it will populate this spreadsheet, and you can see, if you decide to cash out 50% of your cryptocurrency, how much you would be able to cash out, how much you would have remaining, and what that would give you. So this is a resource that, guys, I have in every description of every video I have. And I know some people have been asking me about this and why they can't find it. Well, if you go to resources, when you click on the description of the video, sometimes these are collapsed like this, and you got to go show more. And you scroll down here under resources, crypto exit plan spreadsheet. So the download is right there for you guys if you're interested. Gonna keep moving though, guys, with some Ripple partner news. Ripple customer Foreign Currencies Direct is now called Lumen. They have rebranded, changed their name. So what's going on here? Foreign Currencies Direct has been a fixture of the FX market for well over a decade, and now in a move that marks a major strategic shift for FCD, the venerable foreign exchange and payments company is relaunching as Lumen. Lumen, L-U-M-O-N, or Luman, not like Stellar Lumens, brings together the best of FCD's strengths in FX, global remittances, CFD, metal equities, and indices to create global FX and an alternative investment powerhouse. At the same time, the launch of Lumen and Lumen Pay has brought together several previous FCD acquisitions, including Infinity International and Earthport, under a single brand. Well, isn't that interesting? Another Ripple-enabled company is now integrated with this, and this also noted here by T-Hole-Betic XRP. Keeping it all in the family. So Ripple partner Foreign Currencies Direct, or FCD, now changing their name, rebranding as Lumen, and bringing a handful of other Ripple-enabled companies into the mix. The flywheel effect, guys, keeps spinning faster. The web of partnerships keeps growing and growing, and this is what's going to create more utility on the XRPL, eventually giving XRP that true value that it needs in order to really thrive in this new emerging financial space. The other thing I wanted to mention, guys, and this from XRP Crypto Wolf, Ripple has not been quiet in Washington. They have increased their lobbying and spending power. So this is what Washington's all about, right? And this article here from CoinDesk is basically highlighting the fact that crypto is now learning to play the DC influence game. So crypto as a whole facing a head-spinning array of new legislation and regulation action out of Washington, D.C. The crypto industry is reacting the way any sector flush with cash would. It's throwing money at the problem. Established trade associations are bulking up their lobbying operations, and individual firms seeking more bespoke treatment are hiring their own representatives from DC's enormous pool of Congress whisperers and regulator persuaders. It's an interesting way to word it. The crypto industry is late to the game, though, with the exception of few well-established trade groups and some firms that saw the importance of having a seat at the federal table before it became painfully obvious. Crypto companies have largely avoided engagement with Washington. As a whole, the industry has suffered from a short-sighted lack of commitment and investment in Washington. So they really haven't been on the ball. At least this is what this person suggests here. This is coming from Miller Whitehouse Levine. White House, really? That's their name? Policy Director for the DeFi Education Fund, a new Washington, D.C.-based organization that aims to educate policymakers about the benefits of decentralized finance and governance. Not saying that this is a weird name, but, if you work in Washington and your name is White House. Anyway, the lack of engagement was partly down to the deep vein of libertarian sentiment running through the crypto world, and partly a result of wishful thinking. So, libertarians, right, have a certain ideology, and I suppose with the whole Bitcoin narrative and that whole down with the system ideology, crypto had was slow to the take when it came to lobbying Washington. They felt like they did not need Washington in order to survive. Well, it is a new era, and things are different now. Scrolling down here, I just wanted to get to, where was it here? It was over here. So with regards to Ripple Labs, which spent $330,000 in 2020, has blown past that figure already, spending $550,000 through June. Since 2019, the firm has doubled the size of its stable of lobbyists from 6 to 12. The firm knows the dangers of Washington better than most, of course, as they currently are in a lawsuit with the SEC over sales of the XRP token. I probably don't have to tell you guys that. The spending figures of the third quarter of the year haven't been released yet, but the trend is clear. In the months since the infrastructure fight began, well over a dozen new disclosures have been filed documenting new lobbyist hires by crypto firms and trade groups. So Ripple just among them, obviously spending a lot more, and the year isn't even up yet. They spent $330,000 in 2020, and as of June, 550. So we could realistically see this number double, and it could be that in 2021, Ripple could be spending 3x what they spent the year previous. Those numbers aren't out yet, though. We'll pay attention to this, keep an eye on this. Interesting to note, guys, this from Stéphane Hubert, a document that he found from Coinbase's website from their blog back in March of 2018, okay? So get this with regard to the SEC lawsuit, new information coming to light here. So this was from March 2018, 2 months before the Hinman speech. There are more than 1,400 currencies and tokens available, yet we limit our trading to 4 and have regulatory clarity being determined by regulators: Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Listen to what this statement says, guys. Currently, the exchange supports only 4 assets: BTC, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Part of the reason we trade only those 4 assets is that each has been determined by regulators to be a virtual currency and therefore not a security. we are studiously avoiding listing tokens that could be determined securities. Now, this is shocking for a few reasons here, and I'm just going to highlight a couple. Stéphane Hubert mentions down here, Coinbase representatives meet regularly with policymakers, and we have been called upon to testify several times over the years. We are honored at the opportunity to share our perspective with the committee and look forward to continuing to advocate. So what Stéphane Hubert is saying essentially down here is that Coinbase knew who was getting that regulatory clarity from the SEC as early as March 2018. And so what they did was they listed the coins that they saw fit. Now, ironically, in a twist of cruel fate, I suppose, Coinbase is now in court being sued by the SEC for something completely different that they're doing, their yield lending platform, which steps all over the banking sector. So I'm sure Coinbase, who once thought they were a friend of the SEC, are probably not feeling like that right now. Moon Lambo down here saying, interesting take from Coinbase considering XRP was declared a virtual currency in 2015 by FinCEN. You remember though, it took Coinbase a while to list XRP, and I don't know. I mean, if they already knew that BTC, ETH, LTC, and BCH were all considered to be non-securities, maybe there was something up, maybe there was something more. I mean, back then we thought Brian Armstrong could potentially have a feud with Brad Garlinghouse, or, that their ideologies didn't really line up. Of course, these were in the Wild West days of crypto where there was still that tribalism. I mean, there's still tribalism today, but, the Bitcoin maximalists, they saw cryptocurrency as being one thing, and XRP really did have to fight to find its place in this crypto world. Well, since then, of course, more exchanges have been listing, and even Coinbase decided to finally list XRP in 2019. So on the one hand, we have, some knowledge that Coinbase probably knew that, probably had maybe an inside ear at the SEC, knowing that, we know for sure that these definitely are not securities, these four cryptocurrencies. Sats at Popeye down here saying, good find. Given the noise, I am sensing it will go the Brian Brooks way. Like he said, Ripple XRP lawsuit will be closed via a settlement, and Coinbase was the chosen one to be in the insider circle. It's shocking Ripple has ex-SEC chairs / top-notch ex-government officials, but it is on the receiving end. So let's just say, for instance, that this was the case. Coinbase did have an inside ear at the SEC. This is why they listed the four cryptocurrencies that I listed before here, BTC, ETH, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Well, eventually, they made that decision to finally list XRP. There must have been at some point some deciding factor that gave them the confidence to list XRP. And, I'm sure a team of lawyers were on this day and night, not just XRP, but many other cryptocurrencies. And so this is where it gets a little cloudy. Why is the SEC doing what they're doing? And, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that they are being shady, that they haven't really been too transparent when it comes to giving the clarity to many different cryptocurrencies. So this is why Brad Garlinghouse looking for a fight. This is why this is so important. And this is why, all us XRP hodlers are watching this, and not just us guys, many people in cryptocurrency, because this is going to have a ripple effect, pun intended, ripple effect throughout the entire crypto space. Conspira XRP theorist down here saying, or was it all planned? And this is a breakup of the SEC and destabilization and loss of confidence of the financial sector to bring about the Great Reset. Aha! Certainly a possibility as well. Jimbo down here saying, amazing how even the most authoritative sounding business speak can be reduced to nothing more than waffle by the mere passage of time. So several people down here jumping in on this conversation. Guys, I will link this tweet thread in the description of the video if you are interested. So moving forward, because I want to talk a little bit about these Grayscale trusts, and whether you're interested in Zcash, Stellar, Horizon, or whether you are not, it's kind of unimportant. Here's the thing, okay? Grayscale is now looking to open trusts, OTC trading of 3 altcoin trusts, Zcash, Stellar Lumens, and Horizon. The trusts have begun trading on OTC markets under these ticker symbols. The presented trusts are sponsored by Grayscale and designed to expose investors. Okay, listen to this. Designed to expose investors to the price movements of the underlying assets. So what they are doing here is they are picking these particular altcoins and creating a trust. And they're saying that this is designed to expose investors to cryptocurrencies, and I suppose Grayscale's hope is to open up their eyes to the volatility to what cryptocurrency is really like. The main advantage for retail investors would be exposure to the market without going through buying, storing, and keeping the underlying assets. So there's also that part, right? For us, buying, selling cryptocurrencies, it's a very easy process. I mean, if we've been in this for at least a year now, you probably are very familiar with what you need to do in order to do that. But, for new people getting into the crypto space, institutional investors in particular, they will likely have a hard time, a more difficult time doing this because it's not what they're traditionally used to. So this would also give the institutional investor a little bit of, kind of an easy way to do this. Grayscale's head of legal, Craig Salm, stated that the trusts are part of the company's goal to move its products from a private placement to public markets. So they've chosen Horizon, Stellar, and Zcash. Cryptocurrencies that, may be important in the future, but quite frankly, other than Stellar, Zcash is a privacy coin. I personally don't know too much about Horizon. Other than that, though, why these cryptocurrencies? So I think the answer is because cryptocurrency is here to stay. More products are going to be available for more types of investors. And, XRP is kind of at the center of this, quietly at the center of this cryptocurrency revolution. Of course, we got Bitcoin very loud and proudly at the center, but XRP, there's a whole different story surrounding XRP. And when Brad Garlinghouse himself was asked on the prospects of an XRP ETF, this is what he said. So this is from DJ Peter Vass here. He was actually interviewed by Charles Gasparino about this. And so, he did not deny it. Actually, instead of reading you this, I think the clip is in here. I think I'm just going to play you guys this clip. Charles Gasparino stating here, breaking in an exclusive interview with Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple, the CEO tells Fox Business that meetings between Gary Gensler and Jay Clayton before the XRP case was bad optics, and he won't settle the case if the price of XRP is a security. And so if I scroll down here, I believe, yes, it was Tim who posted a clip of the interview from yesterday, guys. Listen to this.
Will there be an XRP ETF? Well, look, I think it's a really important question, maybe less so specific to your exact answer, right, which I promise not to dodge. But why is the SEC picking winners and losers? Yeah. Why is a government entity deciding this is a winning one, which, by the way, happens to have some pros and cons, massive power consumption, which isn't great for a climate agenda that Gary Gensler cares a lot about, but being silent about other things. And then, one of the challenges right now is Gary Gensler, who's been asked specifically about ETH, hasn't commented. But if it's so clear, if the laws are so clear, and he's asked a specific question, then just answer the question because it's clear.
Hey, Liz, I also asked him about XRP. Would he ever settle? He said, no way. He might settle, but it can't be XRP declared a security, and that is a no-go. So he's going to fight this thing. If the SEC wants to declare XRP a security, they won't operate in the U.S.
And there it is, Charles Gasparino interviewing Brad Garlinghouse in what looks like the Milken Institute in Los Angeles from yesterday. Now, Brad Garlinghouse, despite the fact that he said he didn't want to dodge the question, he clearly did dodge the question, or maybe he got to the answer later on in that clip. You guys can see it was cut off. But ultimately, I think Brad knows, and I think many of us also know, the plans for XRP are bigger than just a cryptocurrency trading on the open market. I do not doubt for a second that an XRP ETF could be in the works. There was already a product offered by Grayscale back last summer, an XRP trust, part of the cryptocurrency basket of products that people could buy, sell. Of course, the SEC lawsuit has now stifled that. They had to pull that product. Many different exchanges in the United States had to also pull XRP. So guys, this to me at least speaks to the fact, and I know it's very easy to forget where we were just a year ago before the SEC lawsuit, but where XRP was going at that time was the trajectory for Ripple, was the trajectory for XRP being successful. The SEC lawsuit is clearly stifling this, but it's only a matter of time, guys. And I know I keep saying it's only a matter of time. We just do need to get past this lawsuit. I think everything will be on track once that occurs. Nietzschebucks down here saying every coin so far gets a fine and is free to go, or are not sued at all, for example, Ethereum and thousands of others, yet the SEC clearly wants to permanently declare XRP a security. Is there a single other coin facing this type of regulatory action? Anders L says it's because it will destroy the correspondent banking system. There certainly is a threat there. We know how powerful Ripple is in the banking world. We know that there's a lot on the line. We know the SEC's been super shady with regards to all of this. Ulterior motives? I think so. Tell me down in the comments what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.